I love empty things, said no one ever, particularly anyone who's trying to fill their pantries or refrigerators or freezers to get enough stuff to get you through flattening of the COVID-19 curve. But there is one empty thing that will bring great delight to you if you will but think about it. Think about the empty tomb of Jesus Christ. Yep, a borrowed, now empty tomb of Jesus Christ. The empty tomb of Jesus reveals at least three fundamental character qualities about God, and I'd like to share those with you. The first one is that of faithfulness. The empty tomb reveals that God is faithful. After Adam and Eve had disobeyed God millennia ago, God promised in Genesis 3:15 that he would crush wrong once and for all. He sent his Son, Jesus Christ, to defeat sin and death by his crucifixion and his resurrection. You see, generation after generation, from Adam to us, and the generations that will follow us, generation after generation, God neither forgot nor turned from his promise. He didn't grow weary, nor did he become distracted. He made a promise, and at just the exact moment, Jesus would come and fulfill what had been promised. Wonderful, wonderful quality. Another quality for us to consider about God's character is his power. And the empty tomb reveals that God is powerful. Powerful in authority, in the say-so, and power in strength. Think of the authority you would have to control all the situations and all the locations and all the personalities and relationships in this world in order to guarantee that Jesus would come at the exact right moment. Think of all the authority you would have to control situations and locations and relationships, not to mention the adversity that Satan is trying to stop God from accomplishing his purpose. Now, in order to guarantee that Jesus would come at the exact moment and do all that he was appointed to do, could there be a more pointed demonstration of power than having power over death? By God's matchless power, Jesus took off his grave clothes and walked out of that tomb. I have a buddy who's a power lifter, and man, I saw a post of his on Instagram the other day, and I believe there's probably close to 800 pounds on that bar, and he smoked it. I mean, he could probably pull a Mack truck with his teeth, but he is not powerful over death. The third character trait about the empty tomb, what it says about God's character, is this: God is willing. Why would he go to such an extent to help us? Why would he care to notice me, let alone rescue me? Why would he ever sacrifice his one and only son? Well, there's only one response I can give you, and that's because he's willing. You see, you and I need to recognize that his willingness was not motivated by what he saw in us, some potential he saw in us, but who he saw in us. You see, you are created in the image of God, and that's what makes you unique. And that's why he's willing, because he's the definition of mercy. He does not want to see you go. He's willing because he's a source of love. He's willing because he's full of grace. He's willing because he's good, and he's patient, and he's kind. Even when we're unwilling, even when we're full of ourselves and wanting our own way, he's still willing. He delights in transforming us by his grace. He delights in rescuing us by his powerful love. Can you come to love empty things? Let me invite you to be sure and join us on Sunday for worship right here on this YouTube channel, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. See you then.